in, baby.
Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Hi, hey. Good evening. Fuck, shit, Sunday. Listen, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. Technician's on break today. Jennifer's taking a little break. Yeah, we're a little off schedule this time. Jennifer's sleeping. Jennifer's sleeping. Yeah, hi. Hello, chat. Hold on, let me sit up. Fuck. Holy shit. Holy. Stare, you owe me a 4 Loco. Dog. What? Were you pre-gaming, bro? Were you pre-gaming for the non-technician stream? Holy. It's okay, you can still... Yeah. Honestly, chat, I'm saving it for tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah. Yeah, tomorrow I'm doing Chain Together with Mata and Yuzu again. And you know I'm gonna be hitting the fucking Jameson. You know that, bro. But, oh, whoa, Abo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Wow, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for the 6 months, Darkbone. Thanks for the bits, Fuji. Your shirt got delivered at last, and I've been repping Bug Girl Agenda all day. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. Thanks for the 11 months, Noah. Thanks for the 17 months, Gyrus. Thanks, Kara, for the 10. Thanks, Epic Sai, for the 21 months. Anyways, hi, bros. Yesterday I didn't stream because I had some friends in the area and I wanted to hang out with them, so no stream then. But because of that, and because of everything else, I like buckled the fuck down and I got all of the, like, all the work that I needed to do done. So I'm free now, baby. I'm free. I can stretch my wings out. I can get a little silly with it. Yeah, I locked in. Today we're going to be playing, in air quotes, South Scrimshaw. It's sort of more in the spirit of Sir Bronte, for those of you who remember those streams, where it's like, honestly, probably less gameplay than Sir Bronte. Less gameplay than Sir Bronte. It's just a straight up visual, like, linear visual novel that's written like a documentary. I'm honestly not really sure what to expect. It'll be a chill one. Brooke, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Wow, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, those are 10 tier 2s? Holy. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Leaving her basic training in a few hours. Sad I won't get to watch you much, but thanks for getting me into Bug Girls. Whoa! It's okay, I'll still be here when you get back. Thank you for the bits, Chupins. Good luck. Good luck. I'll still be here. And thanks for the 6 months, Swain. Holy. All right. I remember cuck chair reading streams. Spits out my fucking lollipop. That was not a cuck chair. It was a reading chair. It was in front of a campfire, and you guys loved it because it was comfy. You guys fucking loved it. You loved my lobster. You love my lobster. Anyways, we're gonna get back on that for a Scrimshaw. I'm just gonna be, honestly, just gonna be sitting here, reading. Got a job at Chipotle, so now I can pre-order Joopy figure. Let's fucking go! Let's go, dude! Let's go! Yeah. People were asking me to do something else kind of like that. I feel like Ace Attorney was pretty similar, but I feel like Ace Attorney was very, very high energy. You realize 80% of chat wasn't around for those streams, right? Oh, don't worry. I know. There's a fucking loud ass yappy minority though. Ace Attorney was fun. It was fun. I love that shit. I'm part of it. You're part of the loud ass yappy minority. The new art piece is wonderful. You have ribbons on the end of your braids? Yeah, see, look. They're kind of hard to see. But thank you. That's actually a crop of a larger piece. But you won't see the rest of it for a minute because it's a mystery. It's a secret. If you're doing art stuff today, Marv made a Moth Bean video. I will watch the Marv Moth Bean video. I don't think I'm gonna do an art stream or an art like catch up right now, but I do want to see the Marv video. So go ahead. All right, it looks like somebody pinged me. Let me see. Oh wow. Thanks for the bits, Captain. Just pre-ordered the figure. First ever purchase overseas. Thank you so much. Okay, people are saying that this one is like bonkers. People have been saying that this one's a full send. Yo, thank you so much, Arfen. I appreciate it. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. This is gonna be really loud again, just a heads up. I'll go in and like turn it down. But like headphone warning. It might be really loud. Okay.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Why am I in
It's time to drink water. 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 It's time to drink water.
It's time to drink water.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time.
You're sick. You're sick. There's something wrong with you. I'm gonna call fucking SPCA. Is that what it is? American Juniper Society for American Associate. Okay, ASPCJ. ASPCJ. I'm gonna call ASPCJ on your ass. Take that, dude. Drink water. It's time to drink water. American Association Society for Ethical Treatment of Juniper. Please. Will there be a return of cute little mothball stuffy merch? I missed out on it the first time. I don't know what Moso's plans are right now, but I am currently getting into... Can I book a raid for Cryptid Cheesecake? We'll see. We'll see where we end. I am looking into more avenues of little guys for people to abuse and throw and soak in milk and throw at the wall. So it sticks to the wall like a sticky hand because it is so full of milk. And some of the milk has gone bad and sticky. I'm doing it for you, chat. I am researching more avenues for you. Kisses you right on the head. Mwah. And you know what? I'm doing it all on my own. It's gonna make such a horrible sound. So brave. Thank you. Hi, I'm super absorbent. Anyways, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'll ask Moso what's going on with the shipments. We'll see. I think they usually ship out at the end of the month. Can't a dude be absorbent? There's something wrong with you. I can't even, like... Dude, I can't even fucking engage with this. This is going over my head tonight. Tonight, I can't even yes and this shit. I just don't have it in me. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Something is happening. Something's happening to my body. What the fuck? Dude, am I haunted? Guys, I'm not doing that. Guys? Guys, I'm not doing that shit. Hello? Oh. What the fuck is happening? What the hell? What? Hold on, I'm gonna. I am reviewing my app settings. Okay, it seems to have stopped, dude. I really think there's a specter in my room. I really think there's a specter that was trying to snap my neck. Hi, Spectre. Hi. Is it fucking Obi? Who is this? That's so scary. Hello, vile Spectre. Do the Doki Bird face streamer. Okay. She really went. That shit was so funny. What was it? So are you still seeing Tim? You simply couldn't catch me dead, Peter. Peter, bro. You and Peter still together? Holy. Anyways, little bit, housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping. Basically nothing. Next week, we're on a normal schedule. Aside from Monday, tomorrow, in which I'm gonna play Chained Together with Matara-kun and Yuzu. Again, part 2, baby. Part 2. And that'll be fun. D&D this week is a yes. D&D this week is a go. And then Tuesday, Thursday streams are gonna be normal. Saturday, Sunday, always kind of up in the air depending on what's going on. If South Scrimshaw, I can get through it in one stream, then I'll take next Saturday off, okay? And I'll do a technician stream instead. Other than that, that's about it. Easy week. Easy week. Do weeks start on Sunday or Monday? They start on Sunday, kind of. Never forget how super amazing and wonderful you are. Wow. Okay, I'll try not to. Did I just hiccup? I actually don't know what that was. Yeah, no, my week starts on Monday, dude. I don't even think about it until Monday, honestly. The only reason I posted a schedule today was because I knew I had something going on Monday. So let me just, boop, 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 boop. Have I eaten? Yeah, I had bulldog carbonara noodles, and I had a bratwurst with spicy brown mustard. Scrimshaw. Have you washed your hands? Dude, I wash my hands so often. I wash my hands when I don't even need to wash my hands. You guys really think I'm like a fucking femcel who like lives in filth and like doesn't brush my teeth or wash my hands or whatever? But the truth is that I'm very hygienic and I'm like really sensitive to feeling grimy. If like I don't even like check the tags, Junie. I miss Fireside Club. Aw. That's okay. It's back for you. Remember the fan art the other day of your room? Everybody has weird shit in their room. Everybody. I don't know what the freaking problem is. I'm not even a femcel! It's stolen valor! Know how. Oh, right. I'm gonna mute voice. Apparently this has baked in narration, but I'm gonna just do it myself. Because, you know. Anyways. Right. I don't really know what to expect. We're just gonna get into this. I'm going to, read a lot. This is a game about an alien planet, or a game. It's a visual novel about an alien planet. It's pretty short. It's, apparently the world building is really, really interesting. But I'm gonna go, and I'm probably going to be ignoring you for the next several hours. Okay? Okay, I'm actually kind of nervous. I'm actually kind of nervous. It's been a while since I've done like a reading style stream where I just lock the fuck in and don't talk to my audience. I actually, what? Am I gonna be able to ignore you? I don't know, probably not. She forgot how to read. It's okay, all right, I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up and we're starting, okay? What about Saya? That's true, but Saya was also a while ago. Hold on, let me move my big fat head. Get a little smaller so you can see all the art. Actually, that's a little too small. There we go. South Scrimshaw is a linear read, but there are information tangents to explore. Text of different color can be clicked to learn more about a subject. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, business, places, events, and most of the science are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Thank you. And to viewers like you, thank you. Any of you guys grow up on PBS Kids, or is that just me? Any fellow pores in chat? Yo, dap me up, my fellow pores. Zaboomafoo, bro. The Corporation for Earth Media. The Corporation for Earth Media is proud to present this educational program. Produced in conjunction with the frontier scientists, engineers, and artists of the Chronos. Guys, I can't read Roman numerals. What is that? 7. 7 of the Chronos 7 expedition. Viewers like you. South Scrimshaw is made possible through the support of viewers like you. Thank you. You should like explode. Shh. Chapter 1, Birth. Oh, you know what? Let me close my Spotify capture as well. I don't know what that's doing there. If I can find it. Episode 26, take care of yourself. I'm gonna hide my cursor. Well, hot sunlight shines through the veiled membrane of an aquatic egg. It once carried in deeper... It was once carried in deeper, cooler waters of a more northern altitude. Now it bobs freely in a subtropical shallow. It's womb core, baby! The consciousness dawning inside is prodded alert and discomfort. It is a male whale calf stirring with a newfound awareness of body. That's him. That's our son. Our boy. What do we name him, chat? Our son is about to be born. I'm gonna call him Jimothy. Jimothy. The pod has held him for 17 months, nurtured his development from a single fertilized cell, and now it can no longer support his life. The inflow of nutrients and oxygenated blood has eased. A once comfortable cradle now pinches at his enlarged form. Pushed onto his own faculty, a suffocating urge to thrash wells up inside him. Yet he hesitates. A song booms from the world outside. Timothy is so funny looking! The powerful low frequency vibrates through his whole body. With a certainty of deep imprinting, the calf knows who is calling. It is his mother. She is on the other side. He must join her. The shell containing him is now only a brittle husk, swollen with waste material and straining at the seams. Clumsy first movements form the start of the calf's motor awareness. The egg has evolved to rupture open along a central seam. A few thin cartilage bands are all that retain him. One more forceful effort and he will escape. Go, Jimothy, go! Go, boy! You're almost out! You're experiencing birth! You should read this like a David Attenborough documentary. I can't really do a British accent that well. The Corporation for Earth Media presents a Studio Mongoose production. South Scrimshaw. Score. Ah! Ah! Technically speaking, the whale didn't hatch from an egg. Egg is something of a misnomer. While there are known egg-laying mammals, none of them are whales. There are 4 extant species of egg-laying mammal. There are the platypus, the echidna, the snorb, and the ribbon snaw. Huge fan of the snorb. This whale species has a placental connection to the mother while developing. Birthing shell is the term currently favored in scientific journals when discussing this style of external womb. The outer cartilage folds backwards, shrinking the space inside and expelling the contents outward, creating pressure against the inner membrane until it finally pops. Ew! There he is! It's Jimothy! The calf spills out into the open ocean. The world is a rush of sensory stimulation. The newborn is momentarily stunned limp. He comes to amid a dizzying flurry of life. Plants and protists tangle and snag his every movement. Small scavengers eagerly devour the cloud of waste. Plants unfurl and retract in almost animalistic locomotion. Foliage clings to the calf from above. He swims deeper to escape. His mother's song reassures him once again, but she is still nowhere in sight. Sponges, wharf biters, crustaceans, and corals dangle from the plants like ornaments. Oh, fuck. Plant is not a misnomer. These are true plants. As with so much else in biology, the origin of plants can be traced back to the water. Albeit, those early ancestors were far less complex than what we see today. As will be explained later, marine environments impose steep challenges on plants. It was once upon land, freed from the burdens of an aquatic life, that plants could more readily diversify and form. And it was also, after that great proliferation of flowering species, that some plants found it more favorable by the water and eventually returned to the sea. They are, in that sense, like whales. Huh. Sponges, wharf biters, crustaceans, and corals dangle from the plants like ornaments. Something solid grabs from below. His descent is halted. It's like an umbilical cord or something? He's being lifted back towards the surface. Jimothy? The calf reaches, filling his lungs with their first breath of air. This is the breeding ground of his species. At the year's peak, this wide expanse fills with whales. But today, our calf finds the surface empty. Except for a very odd clump of plants. The calf does not know what to make of it. Equally disturbed and compelled, he stares, transfixed. Plants continue to tickle his body just below the water. A resident water bug examines him with equal skepticism. Sudden movement atop the leafy mass catches his eye. Oh, what vile creature. Ah! It's all too frightening for the little one. He retreats back under the surface. His overpowering instinct is to nurse, but he cannot. Jimothy! Someone help him! His exhaustion mounts and fear seizes him. He is lost. And as if sensing his weakness, tendrils begin to grasp at him. A vine lassos his fluke. There is no escape. In a final burst of strength, the calf fights, thrashing, tearing, and uprooting his attackers. A scent of blood enters the water. Where is your mom? His mother cries a pained song to soothe him. The calf is hit with a sudden realization. The strange plants are not taking him away from his mother. strange plant clawed is his mother. Aw. Why's she nasty? The Brillo whale. Pistrixiana silvifera. Anatomy. What evidence remained of this year's Brillo breeding season has long since been swept away. This sandbar has returned to its normal pristine state, save for one unusual pile of rocks. Holy. This is a stone dog. Somewhat like a hermit crab, the animal lives in a portable shelter of foreign material. It grafts together a shell of scavenged debris with its long limbs and secretes an adhesive mucus to hold it fast. Stone dogs mostly rely on ambushing prey from a camouflage position. Right now, this stone dog is here. Here is not the hunter, but the hunted. It is a woefully obvious attempt to hide, as the predator stalking it possesses one of the sharpest minds in the ocean. Yo, someone help him. A quick check if the coast is clear. It isn't. Our whale calf wants to play, not eat. But from the stone dog's perspective, there's little difference. Yo, put him down! Since hatching, our calf has been a healthy and energetic specimen. Despite his late birth, no complications are detectable. If anything, his cognitive ability is showing swift advancement. Let my man go! He's very fond of holding his fluke above the water surface. Scattered showers are currently moving through the area. The calf has been emerging frequently for visual inspection since the rain began. He seems very interested in the weather above. A long call reminds him not to stray too far. Brillos have surprisingly keen vision above the water. The calf is quickly able to spot his mother. This is the farthest distance he has traveled from her. It is more than twice that of yesterday. Today was quite an adventure. Now reminded of his mother, all this bravery seems to evaporate. He is suddenly anxious to be at her side. He will bring her any interesting objects discovered while exploring. Leave him alone! And boot it at her face. His mother is trying to rest off another bout of nausea. This play is a bit much. But these discomforts are trivial to the bond between mother and child. Our neutral interface even shows a measurable relief in her symptoms during these interactions. The calf's carefree play is training for future hunts and the essential skills of survival. But it will be some time before he has to worry about earning meals on his own. Oh, Jimothy. His mother's long prehensile udders reach him through the thorny bramble. The milk he nurses on is thick as yogurt. Calves subsist on this fat, rich diet for 2 years, building up an insulating layer of blubber and the bands of spongy tissue for other organisms to burrow into. Prehensile udders, bros. Here we arrive at what truly makes a Brillo whale such a remarkable specimen for study. Symbiosis of unrivaled complexity and variety. This female was initially selected for study due to her exquisitely beautiful exterior, the mammal almost totally concealed within an undulating botanical mass. In cross-section, the distinction between whale and passenger is more visible. Whoa. Unlike the stone dog shown earlier, this is not simply an external attachment of foreign material. The Brillo whale has an intimate connection to thousands of other living creatures. The whale chooses from among a variety of partner species and offers real estate within designated regions of its body. An inner membrane draws the line between the welcome cohabitation space and the whale's vitals. This unusual arrangement raises several questions, the first of which we will address. What is the benefit of living on a whale? To help us illustrate the principle, we will be assisted by Bed Banana, by a sea bunny, or sea bun, to use its more common nickname. While each species has its own unique adaptation to this niche lifestyle, we can create several broad categories of benefits such evolution aims to harness. Missed an important click. Oh, fuck. I was laughing too hard about the little creature. Can I go back? Oh, I can save. Moving through water takes energy. It is far easier to travel great distance when someone else is doing the swimming. Scroll wheel up. Okay, thank you. The sea bunny. Hi, little guy. The South Scrimshaw team has received very explicit direction from our producers, and we are to unequivocally clarify to viewers that the sea bun is not a real animal. The sea bun owes its creation to the original landing party of Kronos 5. Though the specifics are lost, the most convincing story is that it was something misheard over a shoddy radio connection. Okay, sea bunny not real. Got it. As those early years recede into contemporary legend, it is important to remember that the tales of hardship told by the first landing party are not exaggerated. The pioneers were indeed isolated for 11 solar cycles, and it was not until the conclusion of the hostilities on Earth that the current biannual delivery schedule could be planned. The uncharted planet was a land of mysterious fauna and unknown environmental hazards. Various examples of sea bun doodles and graffiti. It was a time where technology seemed to suffer inexplicable malfunctions, while repair efforts were always undermined by a constant lack of materials, tools, and manpower. Oh, these are cute. I like this one. The myth of the sea bun serves as a caricature for the force of chaos always at work when one's back is turned. Oh, look! Sea bunnies was a sort of shorthand for, I don't know what's wrong. It could be anything, including a cryptid. Among our seniors who were present at the time, one likened the expression to "here be dragons" on medieval maps. Another drew a parallel with Murphy's Law. Somewhere along the line, either as intentional jokes or honest misunderstanding of colorful commoniques, word of sea bunnies repeatedly escaped the planet in a way interpreted as fact by those off-world. Compounding this misinformation was a popular hazing ritual where new arrivals were assigned to catch a sea bun for research, usually being given a butterfly net and sent somewhere isolated and moderately dangerous. Oh, so it's like jackalopes. That's cute. A unique culture planet-side encouraged the escalation of this practice until a few near disasters brought a legislated end to the budding tradition. To redacted from redacted, I know you guys already understand the gravity of the situation, and I know there isn't malice behind these sorts of pranks, so we will skip the part where I scold you like children. But understand that I'm mostly planet side. The brass isn't. They aren't in the position to understand how some FNG got sent on a literal wild goose chase and swept away by the tide. We are all so lucky that fishing boat was there to pick him out of the drink. This case is getting closed without any disciplinary sanctions. It helps that the kid is being a sport about it. Regardless, I need everyone at your outpost to consider themselves on probation. I gave some personal assurances to secure this outcome, so my neck is on the line too. Send my regards to Redacted. Redacted was saying the other day how we haven't seen you two for a while. Let's get some horseshoes in before the weather cools. Regards, Redacted. You're done. You're done. Regular infrastructure improvements have also blunted the disgruntled sarcasm towards occasional hardship. In recent years, the Sea Bunny is most defined by Will Voynich's cartoons. Kids Wilderness is a monthly publication created and edited by Will Voynich, written and illustrated by Voynich and various contributors. Using friendly illustrations, it focuses on natural science, camping, health, and wellness. It joins the official Sunday newspaper as one of the planet's only 2 print publications. Voynich was originally a cartographer and among those to first land with Kronos 5. Children's literature only became a guiding passion after he discovered himself a soon-to-be father, and realized how very little would be available for the new generation by way of age-appropriate entertainment and education. On-off hours at the Cartographic Survey Computer Lab using optical scanners and image editing software designed for map making, Voynich painstakingly constructed his first works. Wait, this goes hard. 5 volumes containing every fable he could remember from his own childhood. Oh, this is an Aesop's fable. I know this one, I think. While he faithfully retells many of these timeless classics, Voynich's recall is often hazy. Several of the stories are so misremembered that they are more original work than adaptations. For example, The Elephant and the Mouse retains nothing from the Aesop table besides the titular animals. Voynich's version has the 2 discussing the different sorts of dreams they have while sleeping. Voynich's first intentional works of fiction would be penned for Kids Wilderness. I need to lock in, bro. The Adventures of Sea Bun and Monaco. The accessible charm of Sea Bun and Monaco found an immediate and enthusiastic audience. Currently playing are musical arrangements from the puppet show adaptation, which has been touring schoolhouses. The songs were composed and performed by Nico Kuprin. The formula of each adventure largely follows the same beats. Sea Bun, an ocean sprite with impish curiosity and an endless appetite for inedible material, happens upon some unknown piece of infrastructure and decides to devour it. Meanwhile, Monaco, a nervous eel sidekick who always follows Sea Bun, watches on in comically exaggerated terror while imagining the most nightmarish possible outcomes. These predictions of doom never come to pass. But Sea Bun's actions do cause significant damage, forcing construction crews to deploy for repairs. Sea Bun, now realizing his error, uses his supernatural strength to help workers in various ways and atones for his destructive acts. Everything is then rebuilt stronger than before. The story formula seeks to inform young readers about vital infrastructure, where it is found, what happens if it breaks, and the sort of specialized work that maintenance requires. It also seeks to make the harsh edges of a frontier life less frightening and unknown to young readers. Each story ends with the sleepy Sea Bun returning to his burrow with a souvenir where he slumbers peacefully. That is, until he gets hungry again. Wait, this goes hard. I would watch the shit out of that as a little kid. Given how entrenched the character has become in the popular consciousness here, we feel it appropriate that the Sea Bun help guide our exploration of these oceans. Okay, alright. We're back to anatomy. Let's talk about anatomy, chat. While each species has its own unique adaptation to this niche lifestyle, we can create several broad categories of benefits such evolution aims to harness. Moving through water takes energy. It is far easier to travel great distance when someone else is doing the swimming. Simply hitching a ride can be greatly beneficial. For example, one species of crab only lives on Brillo whales every other generation and uses whale transportation to greatly expand its range. Unless one is the apex predator, the threat of being eaten is an ever-present reality. If one lives as a potential meal, it is very important to be the least desirable, most difficult of meals. Finding alliance with a giant beast and living under its protection creates a very effective deterrence. It's always still possible to be eaten, but hunters now risk facing off with a leviathan. Some partnerships are more proactive. Certain sharks, skates, rays, and scarps have formed hunting partnerships with the Brillos. They help find and catch quarry, then share in the feast. Pack hunting allows the Brillo to take down larger and different sorts of prey. The blood or waste of Brillo whales can also provide a source of nourishment. This is not offered freely. Obviously, a Brillo whale cannot stand to be eaten alive. An Earth parallel is an oxpecker bird on a rhinoceros. The bird may drink a marginal amount of blood while it cleans off ticks. Oh my god. It's a fair trade for the rhinoceros, as the tick is a far greater threat. So too will a Brillo whale expend blood in a beneficial relationship. In several instances, living on a Brillo has evolved into a part of an organism's lifestyle, and the specific conditions regulated in a Brillo's body are required for a new generation. In some cases, this goes even further. With the biology of the two species becoming so enmeshed, it is unclear where one ends and the other begins. Whoa. But these instances are rare. Our research team is very interested if these extreme cases represent a functioning system or the pathological eventuality to such complicated arrangements. All these writers taking in small amounts adds up to a great expense for the host. This prompts the obvious next question. What does the whale stand to benefit from this arrangement? This is more complicated to respond to. There seems to be as many answers as there are Brillo whales, as there is a spectacular variety among Brillos. For now, let us approach the answer with specific examples from this mother. The most prominent feature along her body is the wide variety of photosynthesizing organisms. The whale is, of course, not an autotroph producing her own energy from sunlight. But the specialized sea flora pays rent by sharing some of their sugars into her blood. When light is low, roots ferment and alcohol is created as a byproduct. Yo! She's a wine aunt! Certain plants near her head also act as fishing lures, drawing food to her maw. While she may occasionally swim deeper, a partially plant-subsidized life has locked her within the photic zone, the upper aquatic layer where enough sunlight can sustain the leaves. Adult Brillo behavior and biology is often dramatically influenced by their symbiotic arrangement. Did you see it? Here we see a blood trilobite. This is not an invited guest. A long needle-like proboscis pushes down and taps a vein. Drinking in a great volume and offering nothing in return, it is a true parasite. This is a job for the vellum worm. Vellum worms fill their stomachs by grooming Brillos of unwanted visitors. It is currently hypothesized that vellum worms distinguish the welcome from the attackers through smell and taste. Parasites have all been found to have elevated amounts of bile-like Brillo waste inside them. This mother Brillo has to worry about creatures browsing her lovely plants. Herbivorous fish attempt frequent raids on the leafy goods. This one is alone and quite oblivious. The vellum worm packs a powerful punch for larger animals. A neurotoxin-filled barb is shot into the fish's heart. It can only manage a faint muscle spasm before the venom completes its work. The Brillo whale strategy is called a symbiotic garden. It is an intentionally cultivated arrangement and a precarious balance of mutual reliance. When successfully maintained, the host becomes a morass of life. It is usually defended from attack. It can sometimes acquire energy in novel ways, and occasionally it is able to invade new niche ecosystems. The universal downside experienced by all Brillos is that more complexity creates more points for failure. An adult Brillo's life is dominated by the struggle to groom a semblance of order into increasingly overgrown flanks. To a simple calf, these adult problems have yet to enter his mind. He just like me for real. I love you, Jimothy. Today he has found his mother's leaves serve as fun streamers to play with. Oh. She finally scolds him. She is too unwell to tolerate any more roughhousing. He doesn't quite understand, but he has other diversions. Primarily drinking more of her milk. Given the complexity of a Brillo's anatomy, even small health problems can swiftly spiral out of control. This female experienced complications while giving birth. There is the potential for the situation to worsen. A thorn branch has become ingrown, puncturing through both the layer of protective outer muscle and the cuticle barrier. Ooh. This had begun prior to calving, but her contractions to extend the womb also caused the plant shard to stab deeper. The spikes are now in contact with her intestines. Fortunately, there is no puncture yet. The site is inflamed and white blood cells flood the area. The immune system unmistakably identifies this as an injury. We can witness her stiff reluctance to move and read a jolt in brain activity when she is jostled. It must be greatly painful. The greatest danger right now is a tear of the intestines, which would certainly be fatal. There is a reason to hope. Our scans also reveal that she has recovered from a similar injury in the past. Perhaps Brillos regularly endure such ghastly wounds. Perhaps it was the safety of the Brillo herd which afforded her enough time to convalesce. Certainly her odds of survival will be boosted greatly if she is able to make the long swim back. For now, she is still well enough to care for her newborn, though doing so must be exhausting. Jimothy, you need to become a doctor. Judging by several physical indicators, this is most likely her first calf. Those Brillos who manage their gardens well can be extremely long-lived. Females can give birth as many as 8 times. If the calf survives, one day he too might also cast his genes forward, his own minute fingerprint on the future's shape. Regardless of whatever metric of success we observers of an outside species might apply, his life will be led by the means it was forged in the crucible of natural selection. But for now, a rare moment of shelter. Poor sweet boy. Call me a gene caster 'cause I'm flinging it? I'm gonna make more of a minute fingerprint on the gene pool, if you know what I mean. Dude. Call me the yogurt wizard. This, chat, is a simplified map of the local ocean topography. The deep blue represents a fault line, the planetary scar where two tectonic plates meet. As with Earth, this land is a moving crust atop a globe of molten metal. The planet-shaping force of subduction pushed ground up above the sea. The Chartreuse Archipelago, fuck. The island chain runs for about 870 kilometers, drawing a ragged line away from the continent. It's South Scrimshaw, baby! These names were given by an early survey team assessing the grounds for a harbor or research outpost. The body of water created between the Scrimshaw Islands is known as the Tallow Bay. I'm gonna call it Tallow Bay, that's easier. This large inlet is exactly what a Brillo whale breeding grounds requires. Regarding Brillo calving, the most important feature of the bay is the chemical composition and concentration of fungal spores. For now, we will limit our discussion to the choreography of the breeding ground. Just say Thallow, you're right. 3 separate herds converged this year to give birth simultaneously. The dots estimate their prior positions. Not all Brillos make this trek every year, but many more whales assist besides parents. Pregnant whales move into the center where they maintain as much distance from one another as possible. Perhaps due to the unpredictable anatomy of their fellow Brillos or a vulnerability in the skin of the newborns, calves are kept segregated from all others for the first few months of their life. The remaining herd forms a blockade at the mouth of the bay while the pregnant whales deliver. As weeks pass, hunger and distractions start to erode focus on this task. The amount of time that the herd can wait is finite. When the time comes, all leave together at once, moving with the safety of numbers. Their destination will be one of several coral reefs. Those unable to move on time must be abandoned. The healthy cannot hazard everyone's odds of survival for the sake of new infirm. Our mother, wounded as she is one of several this year who befell this fate. They left her behind, bros. Outside of that season, the whales live elsewhere. Usually they are found at coral reefs and areas more productive with food. Brillos require a very high-calorie diet. We now find our whales here at the border to the Great Vathis Ocean. It is a bright day in early autumn. An unseasonable cold front chills the air. Below the surface, we find our mother bracing for the journey. Judging by her mobility, her health has much improved. The delay is likely not related to her recovering wounds. Good for her. The distance between the Thallow Bay and the southern reef is inhabited by many large predators. Many Brillo calves are taken in these waters. Her loud songs are searching for another Brillo's response. She has been making these calls since before dawn. She does not want to make this journey alone. No, she's got little Jimothy. The calf returns with a fresh lung full of oxygen. And quickly retreats back to the bramble under his mother. For once, he does not need to be told to stay close. He's so head empty. Undoubtedly, he can also read the change in his mother's behavior. And the unfamiliar place ahead is deeper and colder. Faintly at first, a new sound reaches them. His mother startles. They both listen. It's another whale. A Brillo whale, and it's getting nearer. Our mother booms a reply back. The calf's curious nature starts to show itself again. He has yet to meet a Brillo besides his mother. There, he spots something. A large body begins to emerge from the hazy distance. He's squinting, he's trying to see. It continues to approach, but the calf still can't quite understand what he's looking at. The calf's curiosity morphs into discomfort the closer it gets. Discomfort turns into outright alarm. He pleads to his mother in distress. She rebukes him and replies, if it's to say, don't be rude to the new neighbors. One cannot blame him for his confusion. Oh, fuck! This Brillo whale's appearance was shaped to be deceptive. It is a beautiful and ghastly example of mimicry. The way the jaws gently undulate is startlingly believable. The grim exterior is the work of an important symbiotic partner. Oh. The weaver lobe. These prodigious builders turn their colonies into terrifying scarecrows by spinning and sculpting ossamer. Ossamer is a long-chain polymer found in great abundance here. It is totally novel to our researchers. When soft, it is similar in texture to neoprene diving suit. Through a curing process, it can be hardened to various levels. In its stiffest state, it resembles the chitin shell of a beetle. A second documentary team is currently compiling all the latest discoveries. Building bugs! The Corporation for Earth Media presents Building Bugs. This multi-part series will focus exclusively on the insect world, which sees far more divergent evolution from Earth species than vertebrates. The title refers both to insects that build habitats and the evolutionary forces which likely constructed such insects. Wow! I wonder if there's part 2. I mean, like, if that's what part 2 is, because I saw on the Steam page that there was a part 2, but it's not released yet. It's being worked on. Maybe, Shrudge. Until then, we hope our simple introduction to this material suffices. Water is channeled through the layered construction as swelling and emptying various pockets, creating animal-like locomotion. Our resident weaver lobe expert insists that the beastly facade before us here should have taken many decades to complete. It also seems unlikely that it was built from scratch on the whale's back. Perhaps if weaver lobes are able to relocate such structures, an established colony was simply carried onto the Brillo's back. Such a fearsome appearance is much to ward off predators. The reversed head may help to confuse prey. That's awful looking. I hate that. Holy. We do not know why she was left behind, but this Brillo is a valuable addition to the ocean crossing. Baby! She too is a mother looking to deliver her child to safety. It seems that all Brillo calves are quite shy around new acquaintances. Our calf growls to himself. Jimothy, be polite. Scoldings are unlikely to budge his unwelcoming attitude, nor will the surprise of additional friends. The calf was so distracted by what was in front of him that he failed to notice what was swimming up from behind. She is something like a faceless stone golem. The exterior is more bizarre than menacing. It might serve as a kind of armor, but our crew is at a loss to describe it on first sight. Like our Brillo mother, this whale may have some kind of internal injury. She is only able to produce short, abrupt honks instead of complex songs. She is also a mother. Regardless of what benefit her exterior provides, her presence alone will help contribute to a safe crossing. Flanked by these strangers, our calf seems very disturbed. New experiences may be uncomfortable now, but they will lead him to understand the Brillo way. Jimothy, you need to lock in, bro. His mother jolts him forward with a shove of her branches. It is unlikely that more companions will show up, and there is no time left to delay. All following her lead, the 6 whales head out into the ocean to find their lost herd. I'm sure everything will be okay. I'm sure everything will be fine. The pod is now 57 kilometers from the Great Southern Reef. This is the final leg of their journey, and their path crosses over a wide abyssal trench. The parent whales set the pace at a rigorous 6 kilometers an hour. They swim in a typical defensive formation, though with only 3 adults, it is not possible to fully encircle the youths. The trek has been arduous for our little calf, but he has endured it with admirable stoicism. Slowing down is not an option. He is able to sense this for himself. Oh. Oh. Something large has been following the whales. It first appeared in the early afternoon and has maintained the same steady distance ever since. Hours passed and the mysterious animal failed to approach or make any concerning moves. The calf's fear of the unknown was slowly overtaken again by interest in his new Brillo companions. The stony-skinned mother whale and her calf now swim to his left flank. The calf was whining earlier, but seems to have calmed. The stony mother's outer surface has slowly morphed shape throughout the day, greatly reducing in size. Huh. It's as if the exterior nodules are deflating. What mechanism triggers this change or how they shrink, we do not know. Overall, she is slightly more streamlined in form than before. Perhaps she can intentionally contract her shell for extra mobility. Go on, Jimothy. Go Riz. Our calf doesn't know what to make of her either. Below him swim the mimic mother whale and her calf. Along with one of our semi-autonomous light drones. Since the autonomous side of the semi-autonomous drone has chosen to enter frame and spoil the shot, this seems an appropriate moment to talk about some of the machines used in South Scrimshaw's production. Almost all of our remote-operated vehicles, ROVs, are surplus from the Pacification War. When the self-appointed Internal Coalition declared Earth's intention to globally adopt the doctrine of resistance, they provoked the construction of a war drone fleet. An army of multi-purpose and single-purpose robots were fabricated in less than 5 days. Due to the brevity of the conflict, mostly between Earth factions, and the eventual unconditional capitulation offered, almost none of these war machines saw deployment. Huh. Today, all can agree that avoiding such a protracted land invasion, or an apocalyptic scenario such as kinetic bombardment, was necessary. Today, these robots represent progress and optimism instead of death and coercion. Their strike platforms decommissioned and AI reprogrammed, they are now tools of education and discovery. This declassified schematic illustrates just one of these wonderful drones at our disposal. Fucking orb. Okay, so it's an engine surrounded by like a dome of lead chips. Sorry, my head's covering that. We thank the Chrono 7 leadership for their continued logistical support of our project. Swimming upside down is the most uncomfortable spot for a Brillo, and the Mimic Mother refused to take her turn until minutes ago. Her stubbornness may not be entirely unreasonable. While upside down, her disguise as a wide-jawed monster appears to fall apart. The illusion of a toothy beast is currently broken. Our calf gets a reassuring hum from his mother. This always seems to quell his unease. He is safe within her nest of thorns. He must focus on swimming. But it's hard to ignore that ominous thing in the distance. This is a penumbra shark. It is the fastest marine animal on the planet. For the penumbra, 6 kilometers an hour is a leisurely pace. It could comfortably stalk the whales for days on end. An apex hunter, patient with experience, it will preserve all possible energy for an opportune strike. Ugh. Very much like a sailfish, penumbra sharks have a large dorsal fin along their back. This is kept retracted until the moment of attack. With several flicks of the tail, it vanishes from sight. Panic overtakes the whales, and the defensive formation immediately breaks apart. Come, you had one job! Our calf looks down. The Mimic Mother has abandoned her post. Nothing stands between our calf and the open abyss below. What? The fight-or-flight reaction is as intense as it is instantaneous. A full threat alarm floods from the hypothalamus, shooting through every nerve and chemical pathway. Adrenaline pumps into the blood. The perception of time dilates. Details of the world suddenly stand out with vivid intensity, even in this low light. 2 rows of white teeth are searingly clear. The calf finds his own fins now move in slow motion too. Sea water suddenly feels solid, suspending him in place. Trapped in harm's way, he can only watch the events unfold, until a tremble runs through the thorns surrounding him. Mother's branches are held under tension and can be released with the force of a catapult. She flexes, cords snap, and in an instant the calf is swaddled in protective barbs and makeshift spears. The shark senses the change and shifts the attack direction to the Stone Mother's calf, who is exposed and helpless. Our calf momentarily loses consciousness, but the barbed vines around him act as a net. His mother whisks him away with her. Damn! As our calf comes to again, he finds an awful scent filling the water. No! He looks back to see what happens to his travel companion. It's okay, little bro. It's okay. The sight horrifies. It is the reality of predation from the perspective of the prey. Because of his mother, our calf is the survivor and not the cautionary example for others to learn from. You bitch! You had one job! Less than 20 kilometers remain until the reef and safety of their Brillo herd. The mimic mother races ahead, leaving the weaker whales to their fate. Mimic mother! The stone mother lags behind. Her movements are confused. She is still in a state of shock over the death of her child. Our calf struggles to follow. It is much harder to swim outside of a larger whale slipstream. And his mother is falling far behind again. He races back to be by her side. The calf has been running ahead of her sight and then returning. The back and forth seem to coax his mother a little further each time. But now her strength has failed. She cannot even lift her fins in response. Her old wounds were opened by the physical exertion to save her child's life. She will not recover. He whistles the familiar call to play. There is no more response. She has finally slipped from consciousness. She cannot remain with her calf any longer. He continues to press for a reaction. Desperation compounds the grief. At this age, calves are completely dependent on a mother's milk and protection. With nowhere to go, the calf remains at his mother's side. The research team witnesses her final pulses of electrical activity fade and extinguish. Timothy's alone. No! There is a long pause. Two researchers start a heated discussion on the ethics of intervention, but before any consensus is reached, the argument is interrupted by a low rumble over the hydrophone. The stone mother never left the area. She watches her calf from a distance. Under new management. A new day begins to dawn over the coral reef. Brillo whales start to stir from slumber. Together, the stone mother and our calf have arrived safely. Though physically and emotionally depleted, neither has found any sleep. The calf gorges on milk, famished from the previous day's ordeal. This adoption in the wild may be extraordinary to witness happen, but acts of apparent generosity have not been an uncommon sight to anyone following this intensely social species. The stone mother's exterior now appears to be fully deflated. We see a more familiar shape underneath. It's the outline of a young female whale, quite small in size for an adult specimen. She has saved our calf from certain death. Perhaps our calf is helping her continue on too. Mimic mother shakes my fucking fist. The young whale finally slumbers. It is good that he takes the moment to recover while he can. He will need the rest. In the morning, he will awaken to an overwhelmingly new world. I wonder if Mimic Mother's calf is also going to grow like a mimic like, carapace. That would make sense, right? The miracle of Brillos is not that other creatures can live inside the whales. This sort of arrangement is not uncommon. You, the viewing audience, have countless residents inside your own body. An adult human is composed of approximately 30 trillion cells. An estimated additional 39 trillion microbial cells, bacteria, viruses, and fungi live on and in the average person's body. Medical science has long understood the importance of microorganisms within us and the role they play in good health. Interplanetary travel has elevated this research to the forefront of medicine. Alien atmospheres are a soup of microorganisms that Earth-raised animals have never encountered before. To the globe-hopping human, the radical change of biome is first felt in the gut. Known as planetary dysbiosis, arrival sickness, or simply the drags, all off-world born humans experience an immobilizing nausea soon after entering the new atmosphere. Even with the year-long acclimation program one undergoes in low orbit, the drags cannot be eliminated. Arrival procedure for all travelers includes a period of convalescence at Mercy Star Hospital. Dysbiosis symptoms last anywhere from 14 days to 6 weeks. The worst documented case persisted for over a year and required intensive care. Pictured. Limnologist and ranger first class Maria Ukichiro. Her 25-day recovery is documented as routine. In a message to Kronos Earth branch cadets, RFC Ukichiro warns, the initial headaches are too intense to get up and go to the bathroom. In the beginning, you'll mostly suffer on a bedpan. When food isn't coming up or out, you're forcing down a prescribed diet heavy in probiotics. Is that a slice of pineapple and some yogurt? I could slam that. I do mean forcing. The doctors require you to eat certain amounts every day, no matter how nauseated it makes you. Don't think that the kind nurses will let you skip meals either. Your spoon or their tube. Only thing you get to decide. The cuisine here is dominated by fermented and preserved foods. You can blame the past shortage of home refrigeration, state of the grid, whatever. Point is, when you inevitably smell yogurt or sauerkraut later, you'll feel violently ill and want to die. Every off-worlder goes through that. You'll get over it. See you soon, rookies. The miracle of Brillo whales is their ability to pick and choose their occupants. Our whale will now begin this process of selection. Providing a backdrop for the next chapter is another amazing marine animal whose colorful anatomy can construct whole ecosystems. Our Earth audience will find it a familiar species. You know how much longer you're going to be going? I actually have no idea. It is the reef-building coral. A bikili fish gently picks her way along a mountainous path of calcium carbonate exoskeletons. It's her daily prowl for food, and something tasty has her attention. Plump, bite-sized greebles are entrenched in the nooks below. It's not a real word. It will take her quite a bit of work to pry them out. As the bikili calculates the best approach of attack, her preparations are interrupted. She joins the other fish fleeing for their lives. A higher caste of the food chain steals the scene. Oh, it's a spotted barnacle claw. That's a fucking mop. One powerful yank extracts the entire colony hiding below. Wait, let my man go. What the hell? The host Brillo whale groans with dissatisfaction. This isn't a meal fit for a leviathan. They will continue browsing for something more substantial. Oh. I like this build. That's cool. Our whale watches the drama unfold from a safe distance, somewhat perplexed. In the 6 years since we last rejoined him, the Great Reef has not run short of new surprises. From near and far, one can hear the calls of unknown Brillos bounding off these cavernous walls. At least he still has someone familiar to rely on. His adoptive mother is usually out of sight, but never too far away. She has changed quite a great deal since we last saw her. Perhaps in response to the penumbra shark attack, she has undergone a zealous application of eye spots to her figure. Holy! While not as outwardly apparent, our young whale's body has undergone an even more radical change. Oops. His skin layers and immune system have fully developed and are ready to host other species. This dermatological puberty is the crossroad. He must decide what sort of Brillo he will become. How does a young whale make such a crucial decision? The choices are overwhelming, the combinations are infinite, and mistakes are fatal. One way to ensure success is to replicate past success. Brillo youths find a welcoming adult and attempt to fashion themselves in their likeness. The older whale assists with offerings of seeds, eggs, larvae, and other materials needed to begin the garden. The younger whale remains close for the years after, learning new behavior from the adult. Oh. Not every option available to a young whale is desirable. This old-timer is welcoming, but our whale is visibly uncomfortable. Me too, bro. It isn't hard to imagine why, but on the other hand, another young Brillo might happily accept this body plan. What shapes such individual preference? Realistically, there are far too many influences to chart, but from our limited data, there is one factor that stands out. We estimate that half of Brillos choose to replicate their own mothers. Our whale displays this preference towards his biological mother. These ribbon plants are the same variety she once wore. Our calf returns here every day. Oh. But it is no use. This Brillo whale is deceased. Nothing but a cleaned skeleton remains beneath the foliage. Almost nothing. Our optics technician noted a strange blip while alternating camera modes. Zooming in, and switching to infrared, shows an ordinary thermal image. As expected, the plants are close to the ambient ocean temperature. But after several seconds, the intermittent blinking resumes. What the fuck is that? This is an older model IR strobe typically worn attached to the helmet or vest for identification in emergency situations. Upon retrieving the device and referencing the serial number, we can confirm this deceased whale was the first Brillo ever encountered by humans. The story dates back to the early days of Outpost Zeta's construction. A fishing boat captain ignored an ominous weather forecast and went to sea collecting crab traps. Conditions deteriorated faster than his optimistic assumptions. The boat was smashed by a wave while returning to harbor. In the aftermath, 2 deckhands were found missing. Lodestar 1, a heavy aerial command ship able to withstand the violent winds, took off from Varjapani Airport to begin the search. Scanning the rolling wave below, aided by a GPS tracker and IR beacons, the 2 shipmates were located. They were together and clinging for their lives to some unidentified debris. The airplane circled in the turbulent sky above, tracking the men until a rescue helicopter could arrive. I said helicopter. After further storm-related delays, 307 Kingfisher launched, flying low to keep beneath the still formidable clouds. The following are archive recordings from that day. Oh, somebody said I should... Hold on.
307 Kingfisher, we've updated your arrival coordinates. Confirm you've received.
Solid copy, Lodestar. Received. Briefing said our guys were hiding in a cave. Is there a PIW?
Negative. Survivors are inside some kind of raft. It's the raft that's now moving.
Roger. Okay, got eyes on it now. Visual on the survivor, Captain.
I'm glad that comms so far into the future are still shit.
Altitude. Altitude.
I see him. Gonna bring it close as I can. Our guy won't be swimming far with these waves.
Altitude. Altitude.
Copy that. Almost directly over him. Forward 50.
Oh, give me
Rescue diver checklist complete. Sending him down. He's in. Video link is live.
Heads up, Kingfisher. A couple big waves are headed your way. About 20 seconds.
Copy. I think he'll make it to the raft before the swell hits.
10 seconds.
Almost seems like the raft is moving towards him.
Oh! he said, what the fuck? Jesus, me too. What the fuck?
Kingfisher? What's your status, Kingfisher? Respond.
Yeah, everyone's all alive for now. If it was gonna eat him, it would have done it already, right? Let's get them in the chopper before we find out.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, their eyes are so big.
Felix, I don't think there's any protocol for this in the handbook.
Yeah, hold steady for a moment. I think they're coming to us. Can we keep him, Dad?
Can we keep him, Dad? Oh.
Then you'll have to keep him walking yourself. Oh, shucks. You think I'm not old enough to care for a pet? Divers headed back down. Second rescue in progress.
307 Kingfisher. Lodestar is peeling off. Good work down there.
Much obliged, Lodestar. We'll include you in the highlight reel.
Thanks. Hey, and see that footage to the bio nerds too. I bet they flip.
The bio-nerds, here referring to scientists of Station Zeta.
My turn now. The bio-nerds here, referring to scientists of Station Zeta Laboratories, soon received copies of this material. They did indeed flip. This Brillo whale is deceased. Nothing but a cleaned up skeleton remains beneath the foliage. While it is interesting that the garden can partially survive on, none of it can be transferred without the living adult to help. Our whale must find comfort in the familiar scent and touch. However, time spent on what he cannot have is time wasted. Waiting too long to start a garden could bring other health complications. He will have to move on. He just wants to be a garden, dude. He wants to be a garden. Our whale goes on a search for another plant-based Brillo. For reasons unknown, such Brillos are conspicuously absent this season. It seems as if anything resembling his mother has migrated elsewhere. One single exception is discovered. Whoa! And he is a spectacular example of aquatic foliage. The shaggy coat is as full and beautiful as the late mother's. But not all Brillos are welcoming. Day after day, he tries to draw the adult into play, and day after day receives the cold shoulder. The adult flatly refuses to acknowledge his presence. This male has tunnel vision on the single purpose of mating. Babysitting is not on the agenda. We watch an attempt to woo a female fail pitifully. She is clearly put off by his little sidekick. Oh no! Dude, Jimothy is cock-blocking him! Tugging roughly on his leaves. Days of pent-up agitation are suddenly unloaded, or whale is chased off at the point of a skewer. It may feel like a painful sacrifice, but a plant body is not an option. There's a dizzying amount of other choices remaining, and one of them will have to do. Another morning dawns. The nocturnal animals have returned to slumber, and the frantic energy of diurnal animals resumes. Fuck. Diurnal animals resumes. For our researchers, every day following the whale is a journey into uncharted wilderness. Only a small fraction of the species here have been recorded. And there is so much unexplicable behavior to document. What? Yeah, hey, what the fuck is this? Whatever, man. Whatever, I'm not gonna king shit. Recent discoveries have centered on the varieties of coral present. The reef itself is now understood to be a multi-layered structure. Fringing reef. Fringing reef. We'll call it fringing reef. The Great Southern Reef is a fringing reef. The inhabitants can be categorized into 3 zones based on depth. Deep water zone, spire coral. The unique character of the Southern Reef is owed to the spire coral, which lives across all 3 of these zones. Spire coral can survive at the lowest depths where it faces little competition. Once fixed to solid ground, spire coral stacks atop one another, upwards towards the sunlight that will fuel more productive respiration. Shallow water coral soon find these raised platforms and perch themselves upon it. This is not a cooperative relationship. The spire coral is eventually smothered and dies. Under accumulated weight, the structural integrity is lost, and the spire shatters. Collapse back down to lower depths. Living spire coral can again re-emerge, and the cycle repeats unendingly. This constant tossing and turning creates a porous and dynamic landscape, veined with small tunnels and dotted with caves. Thousands of small animals make this subterranean environment their niche. For example, saltwater tadpoles spend their early life stages hidden underground, until they can emerge above as a fearsome predator. Relative to their size, that is. Progress and knowledge march forward through tireless work, but we often share in our young whale's bewilderment. Who is this? What is on his head? What are those? What is that? What is going on? We do not know. Our whale runs away and we simply follow. One afternoon, it seems our young whale's persistent searching has been rewarded. A loud song heralds him from the distance. A Brillo hunting party returns. Their high spirits means they had a good kill. The group's leader is calling out to our whale. Our youth remains in place, but allows the adult to approach. These whales are sophisticated pack hunters. The Chowper, a stupid but friendly shark, totally accepts the Brillos as their own. Compared to the painful transmogrification that other Brillos endure, this silky costume is minimally invasive and provides maximum returns. And it's a plant. This successful symbiosis strategy is limited only by the pack's willingness to share it with others. An open invitation from the leader is a golden opportunity. No, Jimothy, it's ugly! Jimothy! It's ugly! We can get you a better fit, bro! Something isn't right. Our whale is fixated on the Chowper. It is a tragedy that our whale seems unable to tolerate sharks of any kind. He flees. Over the weeks, we observe our subject whale becoming increasingly distressed. It is critical he suppress unpleasant feelings and adopt a symbiosis plan. A Brillo whale cannot survive unplanted. Me. He can perceive himself failing to integrate, of course, but the building internal agitation is not a force that will help him adapt either. Autumn draws to a close. Several new varieties of Brillo begin to arrive from colder latitudes. These are mostly hunter archetypes who can live a life less dependent on the reef's concentrated bounty. A camouflaged whale waits for prey to swim near. This kind of strategy requires a good deal of patience. What the fuck am I looking at? I guess it's working as intended. Our whale, sensing the hunter, swims wide. Oh, camouflage had white text? Wait, hold on. You're right. Active camouflage or adaptive camouflage refers to a skin coloration that can rapidly shift to match a changing environment. These octopus have linked their tentacle nerve endings together, allowing them to network visual information between all bodies. Color change is omnidirectional, instant, and accurate. The swiftness and precision of these changes exceeds any Earth octopus's ability. They are not the only example of animals here possessing very advanced skin chromatophores. Researchers hope to understand why they have evolved in a more sophisticated fashion than their Earth counterparts. While this documentary is restricted to its limited mandate, we believe in good faith that the following question is unavoidable and must now be answered. Why would a species on another planet have an Earth counterpart? Thank God, man. Convergent evolution was the first hypothesis. This is the phenomenon where different species can evolve similar features when faced with the same evolutionary pressure. For example, we can find similarities in the wings of unrelated flying vertebrates. Similar problems craft similar solutions. While this obviously still holds true, it is not the answer to our question. This lizard looks like an Earth chameleon. This whale looks like an Earth whale, because they share a recent common ancestor with Earth animals. The true answer is directed panspermia. I sort of figured I thought they might have been seeded, but then they said that they're, like, researchers discovered the first one. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it, so Aristotle advised us. In that high-minded spirit, we can look back at Francis Crick as one of biology's fearless thinkers. Or seeded by something else, yeah. He is best known for his work with James Watson uncovering the structure of DNA more than a century ago. This earned them and Maurice Wilkins the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962. He was also uncomfortably acknowledged by 20th century colleagues as a proponent of directed panspermia, that a deliberate extraterrestrial origin to life on Earth should be taken into serious consideration. Ooh, chills. Ooh. While Crick's hypothesis fails to match our current best understanding, his unorthodox thinking landed him closer to the truth than any of his contemporaries could have believed.
Well, I guess we were certainly lucky, and of course you give the impression, Jim, we didn't really do too much thinking, but we were lucky, I think, for two reasons. We were thinking about the problem at the right time, and then the two of us, by collaborating, when one of us got on the wrong track, the other one could get us out of it. But if I thought there were three chains at one stage, you were sure there were two. If you thought that the phosphates had to be in the middle, then I would be the devil's advocate and say put them on the outside. And I think this is very important in solving structures of this kind, because the difficulty is that you've got to give several logical steps, one after the other. If you go wrong, one person gets too fond of their own ideas. I think another thing which helped us in our collaboration was we weren't at least afraid of being very candid to each other, to the point of being rude.
Damn,
and
he
if
yapping.
you don't have constant interchange and chatting together and saying what you think of the other people's ideas to their face, I don't think you can solve problems of this kind.
His unorthodox thinking landed him closer to the truth than any of his contemporaries could have believed. The true answer is directed panspermia. Life on Earth originated on Earth. Abiogenesis took place in deep-sea hydrothermal vents approximately 3.7 billion years ago. White text? Wait, I already read it. I thought I already read it. Hold on. Let me save first of all. Wait. Yeah, I did. Okay. Recent history has revealed that 3 other planets also sustain life. There were multiple in a row. Dude, I'm trying to scroll back up, like scroll back right now, and I can't. Earth 2. Try page up. That's not doing it either, bros. I think I need to get through this yapping first. Arya, Gauze, and Earth 2 are affectionately referred to as sister planets of Earth due to their similarities. But it may be more accurate to call them Earth's children. They were barren until intentionally planted from Earth's highly evolved genetic stock. Isolated across light years of space, the forces of evolution then brought divergent results. Along a different but always familiar timeline, all 3 bloomed into wonderful new cradles of complex life. This brief summary does not do justice to the incomprehensibly convoluted and ongoing work of planetary curation. But suffice to say, even the professionals struggle to grasp a simplified understanding. read all the white text, chat. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, you got them all. Okay. This kind of strategy requires a good deal of patience. Hold on. Why are... What? Huh? Okay, I don't care. Our whale, sensing the hunter, swims wide. The camo whale politely hails him. Other Brillo whales aren't the target of his trap. Our whale replies with mistrust and leaves. Jimothy! Jimothy, you have to trust someone! Something is wrong. Our whale's once irrepressible curiosity has grown increasingly muted. Even wonders like bioluminescence provokes no reaction. These lamplighter fish are practicing their jousting in preparation for the annual mating competition. The event is soon. It's only a one-night affair, and they will all die immediately afterwards. That's badass. That's hard. We think it would be quite the enriching spectacle. But the fish seem to be of no interest. Our research objectives all involve how a planted Brillo changes gene expression throughout its life. An unplanted whale is of no use to us. There is a fear that our biometric implants have been investing on a losing whale. But before we can discuss contingency plans, our Brillo finally begins to break bad habits. This unyouth has snagged a lamplighter and presents it now to our whale. Perhaps he was enthused to share his catch, and our whale happened to be closest. Brillo interactions can be opaque, but these two have clearly hit it off. For once, our whale does not withdraw. He is proactively engaging instead of passively responding. It's a much welcome scene, but it begs the question, what changed? What external factors could have contributed to a more outgoing posture? Did our cameras miss a life-changing event? Does this stranger seem less threatening than all the others? It might be Mimic Baby. It is true that our whale, having been born outside the herd, has consistently lacked peer contact his own age. Young Brillos cannot transmit garden organisms between each other, so the interaction here probably feels less fraught than it might with an adult who could permanently dose him with life-altering symbiosis. We hypothesize that juvenile Brillo association is a necessary step prior to adult interaction. Regardless of how correct this assertion is, it successfully buys our study additional time. The two whales spend the rest of the day playing and are still chasing fish together when we leave them. Good for them! Good for them! Good for you, Jimothy! Night falls. But our whale is not asleep. GPS coordinates show he is swimming somewhere. As his aberrant behavior is still under scrutiny, the team moves to investigate. A spotlight is aimed overbroad. We discover more than just our whale. He is traveling with a pod of other youths. They all sing with curiosity at the sudden lights shining from above. We cut the power to avoid further disturbance. It's soon clear where the Brillos are heading. The first glimmers of action appear in the distance. The night of the lamplighter fish has begun. They're going to make out point, baby! The ocean starts to flash brilliantly as males battle for the attention of females. The weak are pierced open, spilling bioluminescence into the water. They shine with complete indifference to predators attacking. Known as predator satiation, there are simply too many to all be eaten. His belly full of glowing fish bits, our whale watches the show reach its climax. It seems like he'll be up all night with the others. Confident in his safety, we recall our camera drones to finish their scheduled recharge. Bro, that was me and the VTubers going to see the fireworks on the 4th. As soon as I said that, someone in chat said this is literally Judy's arc. That's crazy. By blocking wave activity, the barrier reef creates a wide lagoon behind it. The placid water stretches for several kilometers before being overtaken by a mangrove forest. Parts are so shallow that they become exposed to air at low tide. At high tide, other areas are deep enough for a troublesome young whale to get lost in. Ah! His friends weren't adventurous enough to follow him today. And for good reason, as our whale realizes once the water level starts to drop again. Jimothy! Oh my god, Jimothy. There is no time to play with the locals. Someone needs to help this boy. The outgoing seawater feeds to several deep channels. Whisked through the trenches, our whale rides the rip current to safety with no control over where it is taking him. After a lengthy ride, he spat out far from where he began. This is the end of the Great Reef. It's exposed and dangerous territory, but our whale can't help himself from having a look around. There's a sudden realization that he's being watched. Something is stirring within the cave behind him. It's another Brillo whale. Our whale approaches, but there is no friendly greeting. The isolated loner is an exile from the herd. Banishment is reserved for excessive violence against fellow Brillos. Most likely it was a mating joust that escalated to fatal combat. A deteriorated mental state from years of isolation is what made him truly dangerous. Our Brillo can understand that a noiseless approach signals an attack. He whistles another greeting. It is met with an oppressive silence. The crown of a shark's jaw attests to this whale's staggering strength. But his secret weapon lies inside the crow's nest atop his hardened armor. What the fuck? The Vorpix octopus wakes when it senses a kill is imminent. He serves the role of a hunting partner who swims in advance. Usually it latches over the eyes of prey and attacks with its serrated beak. But when prey is so pitifully weak, he prefers to spectate. Our whale is far from being scared. He's experiencing a whole other emotion. He knows. This was unexpected. Abandoning caution, the calf sings and plays like he's found a new friend. He goes in for a nuzzle and the harsh exterior cracks. How long has it been since the old-timer experienced any warmth of companionship? Maybe having a little apprentice killer wouldn't be so bad. Let's go, Jimothy! He grunts, struggling to remember a song that isn't also a threat. This isn't the scene of bloodshed the octopus wanted. It seems he's witnessed this cycle once before, as he knows what must be done. This animal is negligibly senescent, meaning it expresses no evidence of biological aging. It's one of the only long-lived cephalopods that has not been culled. Culled? Our researchers suspect this octopus to be at least 4 centuries old, and cephalopods who survive so long possess of devious intelligence. Huh. He knows what must be done. The Vorpix presents our whale with a living piece of the armor plating. A quick feel for the soft spot. And and the deed is done. When the young whale wakes up, the implant will already have sprouted roots to hold firmly fixed in his skin. With this major milestone now documented, the mobile lab departs and will not rejoin the whale again until his adulthood. Implants will continue to transmit information about his physical development for a 20-year remote observation period. This also ends the documentary team's access to the whale and concludes the first phase of our project. For us, raw data is far less compelling than first-hand observation of his body being reconstructed. 20 years is a long time for impatient humans to wait. When we do meet our whale again, it is hard to guess now what we might find. All the changes he experiences over 2 decades will be witnessed in a single moment. It should be nothing short of a complete metamorphosis. Oh. His training arc, bro. This concludes South Scrimshaw Part 1. Please keep designated channels open for the transmission of Part 2. Ah, that was it! Fuck! Wait. That was it! I wanted more! I wanted to see our boy! Our boy, Jimothy! That was the whole game. Part 2 is being worked on right now. It has a Steam page, but it doesn't have a release yet. No! I want to see Jimothy! That was cool. That was a cool, neat little experience. Hold on. Yeah, this is a short one. This is why I knew it was only gonna take one stream for us to get through that. That was so neat. That was cool. I want to see more stuff like this. I mean, obviously, I don't turn up my nose at visual novels or anything like that, but I would really like to see more like mockumentary style, documentary style, like I think SCP honestly is like the thing I would like most consider kind of similar to this, if that makes sense. So if you like have any other similar recommendations, I would fuck with that. I would fuck with that a lot, especially with like world lore and stuff like that. Yeah, I love fictional documentaries. I think they're really neat. Okay, bros, that was good. That was short and sweet. That was a good time. I'll definitely read part 2 when it comes out. But otherwise, I'm gonna send you guys off. Oh my god, the ghost is trying to snap my fucking neck again. That was good. If you're South Scrimshaw devs, give me part 2, please. 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 Boone is live, Shia is live, Bed is live. Okay. Oh, right. Cryptid Cheesecake was doing a subathon. There was like an early request for that. Dude, I can't. The fucking Spectre just tried to snap my neck again. That was so scary. Okay, guys. I am going to raid. I'm gonna raid Cryptid. I'm gonna be back again tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. I'm going to be playing Chained Together with Mata and Yuzu. Cryptid Cheesecake. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. It's been a while since I've done something in that sort of format, like Song of Saya, stuff like that, where I just sit and basically read the whole time. Can we get a go get him, Tiger, pretty please? Yeah, go get him, Tiger. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I hope you sleep well. I kiss the homies good night. Mwah. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, that probably means no stream Saturday. Okay, all right? Okay, bye-bye, bye-bye, see you, bye-bye, mwah.